There is no friend as loyal as a book. Ernest Hemingway.
Welcome back to the Headspace and Tasting Podcast, where we talk manhood, tell stories, and discuss the stuff that matters to us, one sip at a time. Hello, Matt.
Hello, Kevin. And happy birthday to the old man.
Yeah.
Ernest Hemingway.
1899.
Ooh. Yeah, Ernest Hemingway. What an interesting dude. American treasure.
Yep.
Bastard. Curmudgeon.
Well, he wasn't.
What?
He had a dad.
Well, I know. But everybody, he had enemies, maybe I should say. He had a reputation of being a curmudgeon.
Well, I mean, he thought he was the best writer in the world and nobody else can match him. And he more or less said it in his books and said it to his people in the face. So,
and if you didn't like it, he'd box you. He'd fight you for it. Right?
Right.
Yeah, in high school, he was one of my favorite authors. Probably my favorite author. I read A Movable Feast as a young man.
Okay.
And For Whom the Bell Tolls, The Sun Also Rises. Those gave me like the romantic traveler, soldier type of feelings.
Kind of like I just finished The Sun Also Rises over the weekend.
Yeah.
And yeah, the romantic traveler, but romantic, self-destructive kind.
Right. A Movable Feast is like that too. It's about his early days in Paris with his first wife. They were so poor.
That and the expatriates that they were all with, the quote-unquote lost generation of American men after the end of World War I.
Yeah. Hemingway himself was an ambulance driver during the Spanish Civil War.
Oh, no. World War I.
World War I.
Yeah.
But where was he at?
Italy.
Italy, that's right.
Yeah, he couldn't join the army because of poor vision.
Huh.
They actually had high standards then. Now they just slap glasses on you and you're in.
Yeah. What they call them? BCGs, right? Birth control goggles.
Yeah. They didn't do those in World War I. Ambulance driver got blown up.
Yeah.
Did an artillery barrage. And recovered.
Yeah. He was back-to-back plane crashes in the same day.
Yeah.
Crashed a plane in the Congo, right? Belgian Congo, I think they call it.
It was in the continent of Africa, yes.
And then got on a plane to go to a hospital or whatever, and then that plane blew up.
He was
takeoff.
A journalist during the Spanish Civil War.
That's what I was thinking of, yeah.
And he did more than just journaling and reporting. He actually was a participant in some ways. Definitely not official, but he definitely participated on the side of the Republicans.
The fascists.
Against the fascists.
Against the fascists,
yeah.
So, broke a world record, caught the most marlin in one day.
He also caught the largest.
Did he?
At that time, 1933 or 35, he caught the world record largest.
Wow. So, considered a master angler.
Well, definitely.
A big fisherman. He, during World War II, got a special permit from the U.S. government to hunt submarines.
Right.
And off Key West, and basically it was a fishing permit.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll look for some subs while I'm out here fishing.
I believe he smuggled some Cuban rum into Key West during Prohibition.
Cool.
And that's where he got the idea for the book To Have and Have Not, which is a great movie, Humphrey Bogart, Lauren Bacall, except in that movie it's not about smuggling rum, it's about getting French resistant guys away from the Nazis.
Okay.
Great movie.
Cool. 4 wives. He had 4 wives in his life. And allegedly died by suicide, but his 4th wife, his widow, claims it was an accident. She said there's no way he would kill himself. And
I tend to believe that it was suicide.
Yeah.
I mean, his body was broken. He wasn't producing anything.
No.
his dad died of suicide.
Yeah,
and right. I think he was just kind of at the end of it.
Yeah. I've been to his house in Key West, and it's a cool house. It's really nice. And one of the things in his will was he would give the house to the local government there. He donated it, but one stipulation was that his cats had to be able to live there forever. So there's tons of cats running around. Chickens too. There's like chickens on the streets, iguanas. It's a weird place.
Yeah, I made a list today of the books that I read by him because I think he produced something around 50 books of different types. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books of his that I read.
Okay.
I just finished The Sun Also Rises. Another one of my favorites, The Old Man and the Sea. Really good book. To Have and Have Not, I just mentioned. He's got 2 hunting books, The Snows of Kilimanjaro and The Hills of Green Hills of Africa. Took care of those. And then he had one weird book, not a big fan of, which was Across the River and Into the Trees.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
Nah, wasn't a fan.
I liked it.
And then The Fifth Column.
Fifth Column.
Which was the Spanish Civil War stuff again.
I have up on my bookshelf, I need to read it still, it was Men Without Women, I think it's called. But A Movable Feast, I've read that a couple times. That's just, to me, it's like, I don't know. I read it at the right time in my life to be impressionable by that kind of lifestyle, I guess. Mm-hmm. And, all my friends were artists, and, I liked writing short stories and stuff like that.
So, what is it about Ernest Hemingway? What's appealing? We just did a quick biography.
He was a man's man. He's American. He was a rough and tumble type of guy, adventurous. Did what he wanted to do. I don't know. There was something, and his writing style was something that was very appealing to me. It was just kind of like matter of fact.
Yeah.
This is what it is. No fluff.
I don't know, as a person, he's somebody that I would want to aspire towards or look up to.
Yeah.
For me, I think it was, he had a genuine zeal for life.
I think, yeah.
Which is something that, as men, we all crave. And I think he was honest about who he was for himself.
I think so, too. That's kind of what's appealing, that he was just like, here's me, warts and all.
Yeah,
and
deal with it.
I'm not going to apologize about it.
Yeah, you don't like it, got him away.
Yeah, you don't have to, yeah. Hence the 4 wives.
Yeah, and you know what? He didn't have, he still had plenty of friends. He had plenty of enemies.
Mm-hmm.
He had friends that were enemies that became friends.
Yeah.
Over time. So.
Yeah, he, in his house, he has a urinal. It's actually a fountain now, but it's a urinal from his favorite bar that he repurposed it into a fountain, put it in his front yard. It's just, he's kind of like, like Hunter S. Thompson. He's just himself, and take it or leave it. I'm going to keep doing my thing. Very self-destructive, but, which is not advisable, but, Hunter Thompson killed himself too.
Yeah, I think some of it is,
souls.
I don't think he was ever satisfied with himself.
Kind of always looking for the next adventure, maybe, and then when he couldn't go on adventures anymore, he figured, what's the point?
Right. I think the closest thing to paradise for him was when he was in Key West, and he was out on his boat, Pilar, fishing. That was his thing. There's an episode of Magnum P.I., the 80s TV show, in which there's this crazy wild man with a beard, I'm trying to remember his name, who parachutes in right in the middle of everything. That's at the start of the show, and he's just a nut, and just reckless and dangerous on purpose. And it turns out, as you progress through the show, he's dying And he's going, I'm going to do whatever I want. Y'all leave me alone, until I kick the bucket. I'm not going to change the way I am.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was a play on Ernest Hemingway.
Okay.
That episode.
Yeah. But, like, if he was your grandpa, it'd probably be a pretty cool grandpa to have, huh?
Yeah, I think early on he was great with his kids.
Yeah.
But I think also at the same time, if his kids weren't doing the things he liked, he was disinterested.
Not interested, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Ernest Hemingway. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the books.
Yeah, thank you, man. And actually, reading over this list of books there's a lot that I still need to read. There's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
I need to catch up. So today was a steamy, muggy day in the St. Louis area.
I don't even think it hit 90 degrees. I think it was 88 was the high.
Dude, the humidity was brutal, though.
Yeah, the humidity put us at, felt like 101 or something.
Crazy. I woke up to thunderstorms, lightning and thunder. And it rained all the way until, about 9 o'clock?
Yeah, 9:30.
Yeah. And it didn't even dry out. Nothing was dried up. It's still humid. It just stayed wet. And I even saw still the wet parking lots. It was weird.
So it get hotter.
Yeah, it's going to be hotter this week. It's going to be bad. So drink water. Stay inside if you can.
But all of the record high temperatures for this week of July for us in this area are all over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
And we're not going to go over 100 degrees in temperatures one time this week.
No. They'll spray the clouds and get us some more rain before that happens.
Our heat index is going to run anywhere from 108 to 114 the rest of the week. So it's going to be hot.
Wonderful. Should be good bike training weather after work. Go out for a bike ride.
Yeah, I don't know. I got my bike at the shop. I won't get that back until Wednesday.
Okay.
So getting a bunch of stuff upgraded on it.
Have you cleaned your bike yet and done anything to it?
Well, when I took it there during the rainstorm today, that's when it got cleaned. I asked him actually about cleaning it.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, just hose it down. Don't use any pressure.
Yeah.
Just put a hose on it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, I'm starting to collect a lot of trail dust on mine. I need to wash it. And, apparently, it's not a big deal to put oil on the chain too often either.
No.
Because it's kind of dangerous. It could get on your brake disc, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But at the breakneck speeds that we're traveling at.
Well, the cool thing is I have the lifetime service plan with these guys. Yeah. So even today when I was doing the upgrade, so like we're going to do a full service on your bike, and that's no charge. And then he said bring it back a week before you start your trail run, and we'll service it for you and make sure you're ready to go.
Nice. Yeah, we had our first planning meeting. Official planning meeting. We've had some unofficial talks, but what did we decide on date? We're doing 4 days, 3 nights? Or
no, it's 5.
5 days.
5 days, 4 nights. Yeah.
And Airbnb in the middle.
Day 3.
Day 3, so we can wash our shorts and probably get the only good night's sleep.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm going to sleep like a rock. I'll tell you that right now. I'll be sleeping good. Yeah, so we picked our stops and our mileage in between.
The reality is we could have done it in 4 days, but we would have had no fun doing it because we weren't allowing ourselves time to, stop and check out the area along the way. And you know what? We just wanted to enjoy ourselves. It's not a race.
Yeah, no, we're going to have fun. The journey.
And I can say I did it.
The journey is the destination, right?
Right.
We've said that time and time again. What did Hemingway say about that?
It's good to have an end to journey trend. I'm sorry. It's good to have an end to journey toward, but it's the journey that matters in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've said that multiple times on
this show. It's all about the journey.
And, I think I've been taking my training very seriously because I don't want to get hurt doing it. I don't want, have some injuries that I've had for years that I'm working on with physical therapy, and I got a chiropractor appointment coming up and all this kind of junk, just so I can do this bike ride and have fun and not be miserable the whole time,
right,
and not hurt myself more. So it's getting to be a bit of a drag, my diet.
Really?
And yeah, I'm just hard on myself, man.
Oh.
I'm just hard on myself because if I miss a day that I'm supposed to be riding, I feel like a dirtbag, and I'm like, "Oh, you suck."
Oh.
You know, beat myself up. That was my dog. So that's something I'm working on myself, is enjoy the process. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you don't ride today, who cares? You rode more miles this week than you had in the past 20 years. So, you know,
right.
quit being a jerk.
Yeah, I actually had the opposite feeling.
Yeah.
That I actually have a purpose in front of me,
mm-hmm.
and, you know, a goal I want to achieve, and committed to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying the process of training.
Yeah.
You know, even though the training event itself might not be fun, when I'm finished, I went, man, I just did that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm feeling so much better now that I don't not want to do it. Yeah. Even on the days I don't want to do it, I'm going, oh, I need to do this.
Yeah, me too. I do enjoy actually training. It's when I don't train is when I'm hard on myself. You know, I'm real quick to give other people grace, but I'd never give myself any grace. I never cut myself any slack. And that's something I need to work on. I need to be more forgiving of myself.
Yes.
I'm a perfectionist. So if I cheat on my diet, if I cheat a little bit, I'm like, oh, you fat piece of crap. How dare you?
Well, I can't disagree with that one, because I walk around telling people all around me all day long how fat I am. I'm so freaking fat, I can't wear my pants anymore.
Meanwhile, the person you're telling it to is literally obese. Probably.
Can't stand it.
Yeah. Technically, I'm obese.
I am too.
6 foot tall, 214 pounds. And out of that, it's like 154 pounds of muscle. But I'm technically obese.
6'1", 211.
It's crazy.
And I'm overweight, according to the stupid chart.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like we said, we're not Europeans, damn it. We need an American chart.
I'm pretty sure I am healthier than many people who are 6'11", 211 pounds. I'm 6'1",
yeah,
211 pounds.
Yeah, I feel the same. I'm like, look at other 46-year-olds right now. Go out to the soccer fields, the little league games with all these dudes with kids, and they're 46. They look like they're 10 months pregnant. I'm doing okay. What else we got to talk about? We talked about the old man. We talked about...
I just wanted to bring one quick update.
Yeah.
You know, how I just can't stand the news media anymore. And, you know, we're recording today, 21st of July.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until Saturday, the 19th of July, that I learned on Monday, the 14th of July, that Pastor John MacArthur passed away, age 86.
Yeah.
Didn't make any of the mainstream news media
of course
websites.
Not. Even Fox News. You'd think
well, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
and I found it completely by accident, looking at something else. And
everybody's busy talking about Trump.
That kind of hacked me off. I mean...
How many books did that guy write? I mean, he sold millions of books.
Every sermon series is a book.
Yeah.
If they wanted to do it that way.
He was on the radio, on TV. He was... didn't he run a college too, out in Santa Monica or something like that?
I think he had a college. But I mean, I listen to him on the radio. It comes on every morning, and listen to him when I can. It's on right on the way to work when it hits. And
was it
I liked hearing
or something? Was he on?
No, on 91.5
FM.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so
he was pretty influential pastor, worldwide.
Oh, very much so.
Like everybody knows Billy Graham's name, and everybody knows John MacArthur's name. If you probably do know him, even if you're not a Christian, you probably heard of him.
Yeah. The news is quick to tell me all about, God forbid, an actor who was on the Bill Cosby show, 20 25 years ago, I never watched the TV show.
Yeah.
Drowns on a family trip. He's 54.
Yeah.
That makes, story number 6 on the hierarchy of news.
Well, that just shows you our Facebook, TikTok culture that we're living in now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
John MacArthur doesn't get clicks, but Theo Huxtable does. That was his character's name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But what was his influence on our lives?
I don't know.
Although people can say, what is John MacArthur's influence on my life? Well,
yeah.
I don't know. Take some time to listen to him, listen to Theo, and then you tell me.
Yeah. I don't watch news at all. When I was in South Carolina, my dad would call me and, hey, you guys ready for that hurricane that's coming? I was like, what are you talking? I don't know what hurricane. And he's like, yeah, he's just about to get hit by the hurricane. I'm like, oh, well, we're always ready, Dad. I don't know what to tell you. We get hurricanes every year. We're ready. Whatever. If it comes, it comes. I don't pay attention to a lot of stuff. Yeah, just like what were we talking about? The stuff in L. The riot. You asked me about the riots in L.A. I was like, well, that sucks.
Right.
I don't know about it. I'm sure. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Riots in L.A. Not surprising, but yeah, our culture is very. It used to be like a 24-hour news cycle. Now it's like a 15-minute news cycle almost. It's getting to be pretty sensational, tabloidish, and
well, and then you don't even know if it's fake or real.
It's all obviously controlled by somebody.
Because there's so much AI now.
Yeah.
I mean, even this morning I read a story that it wasn't even on a fake news website, because I usually pick them out, like Babylon Bee or something like that.
Yeah, satire. Yeah.
This was on a regular newscast, and it was Tom Selleck is going to reprise his Magnum PI role.
Fake news?
In October of 2025, he's going to do 10 episodes as a retired private investigator. He's going to be an old guy retired in Hawaii that suddenly gets pulled into something that happens.
Yeah, fire up the Ferrari.
And they're going to do 10 episodes. And I'm going, that's cool. Maybe he's going to be like the old man version of, Angela Lansbury.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, Murder, She Wrote. I mean, it's going to be his version of, Magnum P.I. he wrote. I don't know. And I'm going, I can't wait. And now it's going to be on Prime. And I find out that it's not accurate.
I wonder if people float that, like if they've been talking about it and he's like, no, don't want to do it. And then they put it out in the media to see, like, look how many people, they're so interested. You should do it.
I wish he would. I mean, he's 80 years old.
Yeah. I guess the storyline.
But Dick Van Dyke did it.
Yeah, he did. The storyline would be his great-grandchild got abducted and he needs to polish off the Ferrari and
who knows? I don't know how he can get in and out of the Ferrari.
My wife is trying so hard to get me to buy shorts like that, those short shorts, Magnum PI shorts.
I wish they would come back, actually. They're getting closer.
I have a pair of, the Ranger Panties PT shorts. I've got a couple pairs of those.
Short length on men is getting closer to where I want. They're finally above the knee.
What does it need to be, 6 inches up to be considered?
I don't know that.
What the term for it is hoochie daddy shorts. That's what they call them, hoochie daddy shorts.
You know what? I grew up wearing them. I never knew that they had a term.
Well, they weren't called that back then.
But I'm just glad they're no longer below the knee.
Yeah.
I never wore shorts like that. They're the stupidest thing ever.
I think I have the shorts I wear biking are a little bit longer just because I need a little bit more coverage. They ride up like mid-thigh while I'm pedaling, and they're stretchy for my big thighs.
I just think when you get the ragtag stuff that's going on, the pants down around your ass and stuff like that.
Is that still a thing?
I still see it a couple times. It's kind of like the man bun, They're not really a thing anymore, but every now and then you're going to see one.
I can't say anything about hair. No comment for me.
I think it's just a counterculture thing.
Yeah.
Not one to...
Well, like back in your days, there was acid wash jeans or like you had a ripped
Well, no, we wore high tops with them untied.
High tops.
That was as far as it went. Acid wash jeans is nothing.
No?
I mean, it's just a different color. But we didn't walk around with ripped jeans either.
Oh,
that came later.
I guess that was like the Michael Jackson. Like we had ripped jeans, and then we would
because we had the poofy hair.
We had the rat tail. Did you guys do that? The rat tail hair. You shave it up, have a rat tail and a flat top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
And we shaved lines like up above our ear, shaved lines on the side of our head.
That you all wanting to be like Ice, Vanilla Ice.
Damn right. Ice cold.
The fake gangster.
I think MC Hammer had it too. So, I just got back from a work trip. I traveled for work to Nashville, Tennessee. And not my favorite town. We call it Trashville here in St. Louis.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of liked it.
Because of the Predators. It's just a hockey thing. But I actually stayed away. I went to Broadway one night because I was recommended by a local to try the Recession Special at, let me look up the place. But the Recession Special is a fried bologna sandwich on white bread and a moon pie, a bag of Lay's potato chips, and a Pabst Blue Ribbon at Robert's Western World. I shouldn't give that secret away, but it's like a local dive bar. Look at this place. It's wild. Best music, like legit music. So none of the crap like Taylor Swift country bullcrap that's on the whole rest of the street. This was really good music. And the Recession Special, $6. And the little bitty, it's really narrow confines. You know, they have like tables along one side of the wall and then the bars on the other side. Real tight.
What was on the bologna sandwich?
Mayonnaise.
Okay. How many slices of bologna?
2 slices.
Nice. Just like growing up.
Yep. Fried bologna. 2 slices of fried bologna. And
kind of makes me want to do it.
It was good, man. I'm telling you right now. It was really good. I haven't had bologna, I don't know when the last time. And
the white bread wasn't toasted, was it?
No.
Right.
No way.
Yep.
It was good. And, they cut the bologna so it doesn't turn into like a dome. Cut it so it goes flat.
Uh-huh.
And the Pabst Blue Ribbon, like it was perfect. It's a perfect combination for a cheat meal, a night out, listen to some good rockabilly music, and it was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, but where else did you end up going?
I went to a distillery, a local distillery, Nelson's Greenbrier, which, come to find out, was the first Tennessee whiskey distillery. Jack Daniel's has the claim #1, the patent #1, but that's post Prohibition. Nelson's Greenbrier was the original sour mash Tennessee whiskey.
Started in 1860.
1860, yeah.
Right at the start of the Civil War.
Right. And when the Union Army came into Nashville, and Nashville was like, all right, don't destroy us, we'll give up. Union and Confederate soldiers all went to this distillery and bought them out of their whiskey. The Union Army bought a lot. Not saying anything about Grant, but I'm sure he tasted a little bit of it. So it's an interesting story. These 2 young men home on college break were just... yeah.
Side note here. Grant,
Uh-huh.
the classic quote from Lincoln when it came to Grant, if all my generals would be like Grant, give them all, whiskeys or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Right.
Because they're accusing Grant of being a drunk on duty. That is somewhat of an urban myth.
It is, yeah.
It was true he was out on the western frontier.
Yeah, he did get caught drunk on duty one time.
Yeah.
And it just stuck with him forever.
Because he was at a point where, there's nothing going on in my career. I'm stuck. I'm not doing nothing. I'm bored out here.
Yeah.
And he got wrapped up in the alcohol.
Yeah. And he was a lightweight, too. It would only take a couple drinks and he would be drunk. He was very...
I tend to think that, at least from biographies I've read and some other things, that he really was sober most of his time as a general.
Yeah.
commanding.
He was a rough dude too. Like if there was some rowdiness and rough stuff going on, he was in like horse racing and wrestling or fighting. He was a rough dude.
Yeah.
You know, he liked to get down. And so people would say, oh, he got drunk and fell off his horse. Like, no, he was a great horseman, and he liked to do really crazy stuff on horses. Yeah. And sometimes you fall off.
And it's a great story about Grant because, again, it's kind of like the American spirit, right?
I think it got started by his enemies, fellow officers, who were jealous that he did not have the pedigree that they had.
But he was getting promoted over.
And he was showing them up. He was showing them up left and right.
Sure.
And taking their place, taking over their armies. And they're like, what? This guy's, graduated what in West Point? And then he was, got kicked out of the army for being drunk. And now he's...
But he was a fighter.
Oh, man. Yeah. That was a great book, his biography. Great book. Great man, great general. And, I think we talked about him before. His presidency.
He actually could have been a decent president.
Yeah.
But he was filled up with all these different...
He was too trusting.
Yes. And it was his staff that was bringing him down.
Yeah.
But he was actually doing decent things as a president.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got taken advantage of.
Yeah.
So Nelson's Greenbrier, these two young men were home on college break in their hometown, and the state of Tennessee put one of those roadside historical markers up, and they saw their name on it. And William Nelson, they were...
And Charles.
Yeah, William Charles, and they were like, what the heck is this? So they went in the local butcher shop and asked about this distillery that used to be there that has their name on it. And the guy's like, dude, you don't know your family history? And he broke it all down to him, told him the story, and right across the street was where the barrel storage house was. What do they call that place again?
The Rick House?
The Rick House was right across the road, still standing, just a rusty old building. And they started digging in, doing research, and then they just kind of got like, this is what we're supposed to do. They found the original mash bill, the recipe, how they made it, everything. And, got some investors, mortgaged the family house, everything to put into this. And now they brought it back. And I did a tour at the distillery, and I ended up being the only guy signed up for it. So I got a private tour, which was really cool. Guy let me in on a couple little secrets, and did a tasting at the end. They have a bunch of different versions. So their original, what we're drinking tonight, is the original recipe, the handmade sour mash whiskey, and Chaz is the abbreviation that they gave him. That's for Charles, but it is 45.5% ABV, 91 proof, and it's pretty dang good, man, just for a basic Tennessee whiskey.
And it is a Tennessee whiskey.
Yep. And what makes it a Tennessee whiskey exactly, Kevin?
Tennessee whiskey, in order to have that on your label, you have to, one of the steps is you have to have it charcoal filtered. And in this particular instance, they use sugar maple, cut it down, dry it out, and then they cut it into, I don't know, like 5-foot pieces, something like that, stack them all up, and then they soak them in alcohol, and then start a fire and burn it, but they keep water on it so that way it doesn't produce ash.
Yeah.
And then burns through, it cools down, and then once it cools down, they break it up into small chunks like charcoal.
Yeah.
And then that's what they use. And then it has to go through, like Greenbrier, they do theirs, I think it's a 3-foot, right? You said it was a barrel height.
It's a normal, they use one of their barrels that they've aged.
Right, so it's about 3 feet high, filled with this charcoal, and then they pour the mash through it. After it's distilled, they pour it through it to get that quick filter, and then it goes into the barrels for maturation.
Yeah, and it doesn't spend much time in that filter. The guy told me it just goes. They don't hold it in there at all. Just run it straight through. And he said they use a shower head that he bought at Home Depot to actually pour it over the whiskey into there.
Yeah, because it's losing its alcohol content.
Yeah, ethanol.
as it's going through it.
Right.
So you don't want to do that so much.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get it in the barrel as quick as possible. But it does cause, it actually takes out some of the nastiness of some of the chemicals.
Yeah. He was explaining the copper still, when it's going through the copper still, the sulfites, the copper actually takes the sulfites out of the alcohol and keeps it, it like attaches to the copper. It's that green stuff, and that's kind of a funky flavor, he said, so it pulls that out. And they actually had a section that was leaking. They took it off and they have it sitting out, and you could see all the green. It was pretty cool. So what are you getting? What do you think? What are you smelling, tasting?
Well, as I dig out my notes from the 33 Glasses of Whiskey notebook provided by your wife,
the beautiful Kate.
We know that this particular brand was aged 2 years, so the minimum amount required for a Tennessee whiskey. Remember, this is not a Kentucky bourbon. This is a Tennessee whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And on the nose, for me, right off the bat, and it really goes away as it sets out and oxidizes a little bit, but when you first pour it, you get just a hint of the ethanol from it. But then it quickly goes away, and then I'm left with a little bit of brown sugar and real light on the cinnamon for the nose.
Okay. I get corn. Like I can definitely smell the corn. Like that's probably the ethanol that you're smelling too. Caramel and definitely cinnamon. I smelled that. Taste wise, for me, it's brown sugar and allspice. Like you used before, like the apple spices. Like an apple pie spice, which I think is allspice.
Strangely enough, for me, it really came on strong as like a cream cheese Danish.
Okay.
And I really do think it's the filtration that causes that kind of flavor profile to come out. And then for the finish, I really didn't have much of a finish.
No?
Not really.
For me,
not at all. I lost it.
It kind of hangs around for me. I wrote it lingers. Middle of my tongue, kind of. And, I would have said before, I'm not a fan of Tennessee whiskey, but there's really no difference between Tennessee whiskey and bourbon. There's a couple different processes, I guess, and aging and all that, but
I disagree.
This, to me, if somebody told me this was a bourbon, I would think, okay, it's just a really young bourbon.
I like the it's hard to describe, the barrelness of a bourbon, a good bourbon. And
that's because bourbon has to be aged at least 4 years, right? Is that right?
No,
or is that? Am I thinking of bottled and bond?
Oh man, I don't know.
All right.
My brain wasn't there.
We never claim to be experts, folks.
But again, and they don't have to do that filtration stuff that you're doing in there. So I think you're losing something, but also gaining something at the same time.
Okay.
On it, so it just makes it different. Now again, this is the first Tennessee whiskey I've had so far on our show.
Yeah. Right.
We'll have to do another one in the future and find out.
I have a bottle of Kirkland's blended Tennessee whiskey up there. It's 80 proof, but it's very sweet.
But yeah, no heat for me. Very mild. Okay. Very subtle.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth.
Overall, I give it 2 stars.
2 stars?
Yeah.
Man, you're brutal.
I know, I'm a hard grader.
I was going 3 stars.
Now,
that's a 3.
I will tell you, I did a little bit of research online, so not so much about the whiskey itself, but I always try to find out the details on it.
Yeah.
I want to know the mash bill, how long it aged, who makes it, and the process. I mean, those are really the things I'm looking for. See if there's anything unique about it. Can't find the mash bill, although I know it's corn, wheat, and rye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, corn, wheat, and barley.
Barley, yeah.
And however, in the process of doing that, I come across this description that someone wrote on Reddit about it, which I found really funny.
Okay.
And so here it is. The nose, ugh. Craft funk featuring Play-Doh, hay, river rock, caramel, Crayola crayon, overripe banana, and nutmeg.
Oh my gosh.
And here's his taste. Overripe banana, nutmeg, Laffy Taffy, simple syrup, and vanilla chew.
Vanilla chew?
Yeah.
Like tobacco chew?
Or, I guess, vanilla flavored chew, maybe?
Chaw?
Could be. But he says chew, not chaw. And then the finish. Butterscotch pudding, cinnamon, apple rind, and a blueberry jelly bean.
What? Dude, get a life.
That was the craziest description I've ever seen online for any kind of
apple
alcohol.
rind.
Right.
Oh, man.
But, I do have to laugh some of these guys on their little rating programs,
Yeah.
these guys who have their own little websites just for ratings.
Mm-hmm.
They come up with some, white peppercorn. What? Really? White and black peppercorn
You know the
are
difference?
still pepper. It's funny.
Man.
And unfortunately, I
Yeah.
could really enjoy this. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, I'll drink it. But you seem to drink it all before the show, so I didn't get much of it.
I enjoyed it this week. Look, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Bottles don't have a long life in my house.
Yeah. I know I shouldn't have had you open it.
So on the table here, we have two other bottles. Another place I went was the Nashville Barrel Company. And I left it upstairs. Hold on. But this place takes whiskeys, bourbons, or Tennessee whiskey from other places, and they put them in their own barrels and do different mixes and agings.
And then you bottle it yourself, right?
Yep. And
Isn't that part of the process?
You can do that. You can bottle your own. You can name it. You can buy a whole barrel and name it. So the Nashville Barrel Company, and they were super cool folks when I went in there. I was the only one in there again, because I guess everybody's night owls in Nashville, and I was there at like dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a tasting room right there on I think it was Main Street. I don't know. They don't have the address here, but anyway, you can look them up, Nashville Barrel Company. And I tasted a Canadian whiskey that was 150 proof. I tasted some other bourbons that were up in the 120s, 130s. I tasted this rye that I bought. The Kentucky Whiskey Company, Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, non-chill filtered, aged 6 years, hand bottled. From premium barrels. It's cask strength, 131.8 proof.
Are you going to hold that long enough for a future show, or are you going to drink it?
Yeah, that's why it's down here. So it's
gotcha.
Tempted.
All right.
And this is made with 99% rye, which apparently is an extremely difficult thing to do, to make whiskey with that much rye in it. So it was very good. And then this other bottle is
Probably
just
a great corned beef sandwich.
Yeah. Is just a small batch straight bourbon whiskey, but it is also cask strength, 115.62 proof, aged 7 years. And so it's a cool spot. These were...
That's pretty high proof for 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And these were a little pricey. I think the rye, was like, not much, like $70 maybe. So that's not, as far as whiskeys goes, that's not bad, but that's for me, that's a little high end.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from somebody who drinks Evan Williams, regular or Kirkland. So yeah, it was a good trip. I learned a lot. I was there for work, so most of my time was sitting in a conference learning, which I did. I did some networking against all of my natural instincts. I actually talked to some people. Actually, one dude I met in the conference, we went to and got a recession special together. It was cool.
Nice.
He was telling me about his wife, his high school sweetheart. They've been married for a while, and I think been dating since they were 16 was when they met. So, sweet story. They're from Little Rock, Arkansas. So that was kind of cool. Talked about Bill Clinton.
All right.
He's actually going to his first Clutch show. That's the other thing we talked about. Clutch. He's like, you know who they are? I said, yeah, dude, my favorite band. So he's going to his first concert to see him for the first time, and I'm going to see him as well this summer for like the 30th time. I don't know. So that was fun. It was cool. I hate traveling by myself though. It's pretty lonely. I was just looking around like the hotel bar. I was down there getting dinner one night, and all these people who are just. It's like 8 o'clock at night, and they're still on their laptops working, and they're just by themselves. And
what else are you going to do when you travel?
I don't know. Go see the sights, you know?
That's what you did.
Yeah.
You went to a bar.
The state capitol was right across the street, but it was closed because they were doing renovations on the whole thing. And then they also have right next to it, a Soldiers Memorial, Tennessee Soldiers Memorial, that museum and memorial that was closed for renovations. So I didn't get to see that.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. That was a bit, man. It was cool. Nice little travel. Driving was no problem until you get to Illinois, of course. That's the forever under construction highways.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. What else you got, dude? That's our whiskey. What do you? So you gave this only 2 stars?
Yeah.
Is it just because you didn't get to drink more? You're upset about that?
No. Yeah. I'll admit I'm a hard grader. I mean, even before we started doing the show, I mean, I drank hundreds and hundreds of different bourbons and whiskeys, and over the years I've gotten picky on what it is I really like. And so again, it's all bias. This is what I like about doing things like this or reading other people's reviews, because there is no wrong way to describe or review a bourbon or a whiskey.
Yeah.
It's what you think
totally
it is.
Subjective.
Completely.
And then the conversation that comes from that is fun.
Yeah.
Maybe a little arguing. But
sure.
I find myself being a much tougher grader on the more expensive whiskeys. Like I've had Pappy Van Winkle, and I was just like, I don't get what the hype is. I don't understand.
Well, yeah, I get that.
Whistle Pig, it's a little more expensive. I think it's just a trendy bottle. And Weller, I don't like Weller at all.
Yeah, because there's some less expensive ones that taste much better.
Yeah, Buffalo Trace, I think, outshines all of those I just mentioned.
Yeah,
and it's like what, $30 a bottle?
Yeah,
32?
Or my go-to is, it used to be Four Roses single barrel, and then now it's more Yellowstone 93. Really like
Maker's Mark 46 is pretty good. The cask strength Maker's Mark. We should try that one day.
I've actually been a fan of the Old Forester Prohibition style that we drank.
That was good. That was really
I'm
good.
still drinking one of them.
Yeah.
I opened up another bottle of that. I like that.
The Henry McKenna. That was surprising. Is that Henry? Is that right? McKenna. I know it's McKenna. Old Hank.
But there's just so many.
There is.
I will tell you, I have a lot of bourbon at home. I have about 120 bottles. All different brands, all different ones. And, if it was just me drinking them, I would never drink them all in the span of my lifetime.
Right.
So, a couple weeks ago, I decided to break out one that has been sitting around for a while. It was called Amador. And it was their batch number 5. I think they're up to batch 105 now or something.
Oh.
Batch 5. So when they're first coming out. And I opened it up, and the cork was rotten. Not like the cork was bad, but the cork itself smelled rotten.
Yeah, apparently there's a problem sometimes with the cork trees that they have a disease in them, right?
And I poured a little bit, sipped it, and it was disgusting. Wow. And I poured that whole bottle out.
That's what I noticed this was a synthetic cork at Nelson's Green Bar, and I asked him about it. Why do you guys use this? He said because of that exact same problem. He said you could safely age this on, let it sit on your shelf, and it's not going to fall apart. It's not going to get funky or rotten and ruin your bourbon. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's a good point. We always were like, oh, fake cork, this is bull crap, but after he told me that, I said, that really makes sense.
Well, and see, and that's the thing. So I panicked a little bit. I'm going, all right, I'm going to go for another bottle that's been sitting on my shelf forever. Now, understand that my bourbons are not exposed to light.
Do you store them upright or on side?
Upright.
Is that how you're supposed to store it, did they say?
Yep.
Is there a way to store them?
You're supposed to store them upright.
Okay.
Because the cork can damage the flavor over time, that kind of thing. So they're not exposed to light, controlled temperature, nothing changes. And I took a bottle of Blade & Bow, key number 5, which they don't produce many of these.
Yeah.
I had key number 5, Blade & Bow. I go to open up the cap, and the cork breaks off.
Wow.
And so it's stuck in the bottle. So I had to use a wine cork to remove it. And I went to taste it, and I can't tell if it's good or not, really.
Really?
I'm kind of on the fence. So I went ahead and corked it, but saved it. I'll try it another day. Maybe have another person try it with me. But then I'm going, all right, something's not right here. So I went for another one. I went for Basil Hayden. And it was a Basil Hayden rum cask finish.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, I've had them. I know what those taste like. I popped that cork out. It smelled fine. Tasted it. It tasted like it was just flat out rum.
Wow.
Like it got flat or something. I'm going, all right, now I'm having a serious panic. Because I've got a lot of freaking bourbon here, and some that, because I'm told that bourbon does not go bad.
Sure.
As long as it's stored right, it will stay good forever as long as you never break the seal.
Are these all natural corks in these bottles?
2 of the 3.
Okay.
So now my mind is every week when we do a show, when it's my turn, I'm pulling one out of the box. So we're going to get some older versions, different ones that some of them they don't even make anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to store them anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to drink it.
Yeah.
And because I've got several, I have several that if I wanted on the secondary market, they're worth $1,500, $1,800.
Why don't you just sell
them? But
them?
I bought them for $50, $60 when they first came out.
Just sell them, though. Like, just...
They're good bourbons. So this is the thing.
You're emotionally attached to them.
I am.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could sell it and make money, but then I'll never get to experience it.
Sure.
But I'm not experiencing it because it just sits on the shelf.
Right.
I'm an idiot.
So, you're a hoarder. That's called hoarding.
I'm going to experience it.
Okay.
Some of them I've been holding on because I'm just waiting for my stinking son to come back home from overseas.
Yeah.
So that way he and I can share in some of these.
Right.
So there's a couple of them I'm going to hang on. I'm not going to open until he comes home. But I got plenty of others that I'm just going to start bringing them on the show and start drinking them up. And I always have a backup because I pray that I'm going to open it. It's going to be good. If it's not, I'm going to have a backup for our show.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
Alrighty. I was going to look up things that happened today in history. July is usually a hot month, right? For historical events.
First Battle of Manassas.
That's right.
At the beginning of the Civil War. The Union goes out there thinking it's going to be a big parade.
All the picnickers are sitting there watching. And
the Confederates come out there marching, and all of a sudden, boom, charge.
Yeah.
And everybody's running away scared, tail between their legs, and picnickers are panicking and running.
Cannonballs going.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is modern warfare, folks.
And the Confederates let the North know that we mean business.
Yeah,
we ain't here to play.
Whip their ass. The last space shuttle flight of the American Space Shuttle program, STS-135, landed in 2011 on this date.
I remember my mom in the 70s, before the space shuttle actually took off into space for the first time.
Yeah.
Late 70s. My mom took me to Lambert Airport. Back when you can park at the edge of the runway and watch all the planes take off.
My dad used to take us there.
Yeah, you can't do it no more. They got rid of that after 9/11.
Yeah.
But we went there because the space shuttle was sitting on the back of a 747. It was kind of going on a show where it was going into different cities so everybody could see it.
Wow.
And so we're there, 9, 8, 9 years old.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things I remember about that to this day is when that plane took off, the 747, and went by us, it was so quiet.
Oh, really?
It didn't have the rumble of a jet plane. It's a 747.
Yeah.
It just kind of, as it went away. And we weren't far away from it. But I don't know, it's just one of those things I remember.
Yeah. Robert Burns was born this day, Scottish poet. I was trying to remember why I know that name, Robert Burns.
I'm thinking of George Burns.
I'm trying to think of what he wrote in the Scots language. What is it? Why does it name? Oh, Auld Lang Syne. The
song.
The song from New Year's Eve.
That no one knows what it means.
Yeah, he wrote that. That's about it. I don't know why that stuck out to me. But anyway, and then allegedly, Neil Armstrong walked on the moon on this date.
Well, he did.
Allegedly.
No, he did.
Were you there?
No, you weren't either.
No. But
does that give you more credence than me?
Yes, Kevin, because I grew up in an age of technology, and I know it's been debunked time and time again.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has. Just from the photographs alone that they claim are from the moon. The angles, the shadows are all different angles, showing different light sources.
AI.
No. AI. Why? All the film's gone. Had an accident. They burned up.
Well, those things happen.
Meanwhile, you can't even... How would it survive the radiation from the Van Allen belt coming back from the moon?
What Van Allen belt?
Oh, my gosh.
It's outside of all that.
No, it's not.
You can survive it. That's what the heat shields are for.
There's no way in 1969 they put people on the tip of a Saturn V rocket that was meant for nuclear warhead and launched into space.
It was not a Saturn V rocket that went to the moon.
What was it?
Not Saturn V.
What was it?
It was Apollo 11.
Well, that was sitting on the tip of a Saturn V rocket.
I don't know about that. I think you're making that part up.
I'm absolutely not. I've been to the Kennedy Space Center. I saw a Saturn V. I stood underneath it. They got it there.
It can do it.
No. Anyway, they couldn't even beat some Vietnamese farmers in the rice paddies in a war.
Well, that's different.
They could launch a rocket to the moon? No.
That's like saying the British Army couldn't defeat the American colonists.
Absolutely. That's not true.
Yeah, it is.
That's not a fair comparison.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not,
Yeah,
Kevin.
because we had the same mentality as the British in Vietnam. That we're fighting modern warfare, and we got all the technology and the tactics and the training, the superiority. But the bottom line is you are not going to defeat a population in which you're on their home.
We did it in Germany.
That was...
Checkmate. That's called checkmate.
No, it was
Kevin.
a different kind of war.
Oh, okay. But we had nukes. Why didn't we nuke them? We could have nuked Hanoi.
Well, because China would have nuked
right?
us.
I don't think China had nukes back then.
Yeah, they did.
Didn't they?
Yeah. Or the Russians.
I don't think they would have.
Why not? They were involved in Vietnam.
They certainly were. Anyway, up next on the Kevin is a Boomer Hour. What do you
I
want to
am
talk
not
about?
a boomer.
If you believe the moon landing is real, you're a boomer.
I'm a true Gen X. You're like on the tail end of Gen X. You're not really Gen X. You want to say you are, even though because you're in the birth rate series.
1979.
But you're more the millennial.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
I don't know. I don't care about that shit anymore.
Yeah, no. You're there.
What else is on your notebook there?
I got nothing.
What do you want to talk about? We talked about cloud seeding a little bit.
I read something this weekend. There was 2 teachers in your life that you get to choose from.
Okay.
Number 1 is the teacher is wisdom, or the teacher is consequences.
Ooh.
You have to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
And you should be choosing number 1, wisdom. But the thing is if you choose neither, number 2 will always be your choice.
Yeah. The choice will be made for you.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been on the consequences end most of my life, I think.
Oh, we could talk about that all night long. About the consequences of our decisions.
Yeah.
Whether monetarily, socially.
The women you choose to be in your life.
Yeah. Career paths.
Whether you choose to keep them around or call it quits, or you've made a commitment and you've decided that you're going to honor that commitment until death do us part, and she has a say in that as well, from my personal experience. Yeah, man, consequences. Oof. How do you get over, so you reap what you sow, right? And now you're on the other end and you're learning from your mistakes. How do you get past that as far as forgiving yourself or moving on? Do you actually sit down and take stock and say, all right, here's where I skewed off the path and got my hand slapped as a result? And then how do you get over that and forgiving yourself part?
Well, that's one of the ways you gain wisdom is you learn from your mistakes, right? That's the consequences. And if you don't learn from them, you're not gaining wisdom. So at that point, you're just really stupid. I mean, that's really what it is.
Yeah, or self-destructive, or, a psychopath.
The other part of me, sometimes, depending on the environment or the world you're in or the situation you're in, you don't have time to contemplate what it is that you just did, what just happened.
Yeah.
You have to keep moving.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to die yourself.
Yeah, from We Were Soldiers, where that guy called in an airstrike and accidentally dropped it on themselves, or some of the friendlies, right? And the colonel went up to him and said, hey, it's done. We need you. Stay in the fight.
Yeah,
Keep going.
The other part of me thinks about how many times in my life did I rationalize my mistakes or my failures. And
so the alternative would be to just say, I messed up. I made a mistake.
Well, there's times in my life where I look at myself and go, did I really just do that? Or, again, am I rationalizing it in such a way to try to detach me from the fact that I really did it?
Yeah.
And it wasn't me that did it. It was the steering column just fell apart on my car.
Right.
Why did the steering column fall apart on your car? Because you knew it was shaky, and you just let it go.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So, you're trying to rationalize the fact that you didn't screw it up, but you did, in order to not have a mental breakdown over your incapacities.
Yeah. Yeah, I tend to be way on the other spectrum, where everything's my fault. Where I'm the one who messed this up, and I'm the one to blame for this. And it's kind of like a weird. It's not weird. It's actually sad to think about it.
Well, it's a little bit of your measure of integrity when you're willing to take the blame versus, again, not blaming someone else, but you're rationalizing it in such a way that you're trying to reduce the impact that you think you personally had on it. On it.
Okay.
And then, again, I said it show after show, what you do when no one is looking really is the measure of a man.
Sure.
And your true amount of integrity that you have. And I'll give you a good example. Everybody's joking about it, right? I mean, there's memes all over the place now. But you had the Coldplay concert last week. You had that CEO of that company with his HR manager wrapped in his arms. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden the Kiss Me cam shows up at the concert. Right. Again, you know what? What are you doing when no one is looking?
Yeah. He resigned today, I think, or yesterday.
He did resign. Yeah. But again,
how do you not know that that's going to come get you in today's day And it, like, everybody has a camera on their phone, and you're the CEO of a pretty famous company. People know who you are. You know that, like, you think you're going to be the only one at a Coldplay concert in your area that nobody's going to know who you are. That's just so reckless to me, and to me that's egotistical. His ego got the best of him, you know. But I wonder how he rationalized what his internal conversation was. You know, if he's went home crawling on his hands and knees and begged forgiveness, or if he just said, "Yeah, I did it. What? So what?"
Right.
You know, I have
what
so
are you
much
doing
pressure.
when the lights are out?
Yeah.
What are you doing when no one you know is around you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing when you're by yourself? All that stuff is going to come back to you in some way. Even if it doesn't make it out into the open.
Yeah.
It will, sooner or later, it's going to eat you somewhere.
Sure.
Down the line.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know it. And
if it doesn't, there's something wrong. Like, you're a sociopath. If you know, if you're doing stuff that's morally wrong and it doesn't eat at you on the inside, then you need to. There's something wrong with you.
And listen up, President Trump. Release the freaking Epstein files.
Yeah.
All right, you ran your entire freaking campaign on releasing the Epstein files.
Not only him, everybody in the cabinet.
And nobody on the Democrat side wanted them released.
Right.
You got into office, you never released them. Now you're saying you're not going to release them.
We're not going to let it go.
And the Democrats are now pushing to release them.
Yep.
So guess what? Get them out in the open.
Just do it.
And let the downfall take place, because we need it to happen.
Yep.
Get it out there. And you coming out saying, "Oh, I'm releasing all the files on Martin Luther King." Who gives a crap?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Not even John Kennedy anymore, because we all know the CIA did it.
Everybody wants the Epstein files.
Yeah.
Get them out there.
Yeah.
Just release them.
They look like a bunch of clowns. They look like a bunch of hypocritical clowns is what they are. And now they're talking about, the Russiagate information's out. Obama did this. All they're doing is putting it out there to try to deflect from Epstein. Nobody cares. We all know Obama's a piece of crap. We know it. But guess what? So are you. And we all know it.
Yes.
And you know what? The chickens are going to come home to roost one day. And it's not going to be pretty.
Yep.
So you better just go ahead and do it. Just admit it. You were on the plane. We know it. You're on the flight log. I've seen
you
the
and
flight
every
logs.
other congressman.
Yeah, I've seen the
So
flight
just
logs,
get it out
man.
there.
I've seen the flight logs. Those are real.
Oh, I've seen the pictures. The pictures are out there.
Yeah.
Seen them.
Yep. That dude was obviously working for the CIA and the Mossad, and you got hooked. You got caught in the net, man. Like the two greatest intelligence organizations in the history of the world. You and a whole bunch of other people. Oh man, this whole world is so morally corrupt that we're so far gone that it's like there's only one thing that's gonna save us.
Well, it's not one thing; it's one man.
Yes.
And I think that's a big problem. People keep thinking, I'm missing something.
There's something missing in my life. I
Yeah,
need to go meditate.
something.
Yeah.
It's not something. It's someone.
Someone. Yeah.
Someone is missing.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, we've talked enough conspiracy theories that have become true, right?
I don't know.
Cloud seeding.
Did we?
Yeah. Chemtrails.
Chemtrails? No, come on.
That's what cloud seeding is.
Only if they're doing it.
They are doing it.
Again, I said it before.
Literal companies.
A flight of B-17s all had chemtrails. They're not seeding the sky in World War II. They weren't doing it.
No, there's a difference between chemtrails and chemtrails.
Okay.
There is. There's a difference.
Yeah.
We seeded the clouds over North Korea and caused a famine. We do it. There's chemicals. Atrazine turns frogs gay.
They're trying to now again rationalization. Now they're trying to blame the Texas flooding over cloud seeding in California.
Yeah, but that company did come out and say, yes, we did seed the clouds 3 days before the storm. We did spray, but it doesn't have anything to do with this flood event in Texas. So they're admitting that they do it now. So that's one conspiracy theory that's true.
I know that here in our area we're 3 inches over normal.
Yeah.
For this year in rainfall.
It's been a super rainy
year. wet, nasty.
The snow.
Weeds are everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, you know, we never landed on the moon, so we know that's true. We'll see you next week, folks.
Oh, gosh.
Are we going to have another guest next week? Can we tease anything coming up?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay. We might or might not. We can
Don't
neither
know.
confirm nor deny.
I will tell you, in all honesty, we doubled our viewership and our subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, sweet.
So, found that out by accident. So, if you...
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah?
I met a guy in Costco in the bourbon aisle, and he's like, "You a bourbon guy? You like drink bourbon?" I said, "Yeah, I drink bourbon a little bit." And he's like, "I'm just new into it. This is like my second bottle I'm buying. I don't really know." He had a bottle of Whistle Pig, 100 proof, and I was like, "That's a good one. That's a pretty good one." I said, "But this Heaven Hill bottled in bond is probably better than that, and it's much cheaper." And I told him about Four Roses, and we were talking. And I said, "You know what? In fact, I actually do a podcast once a week. I feel silly saying this, but we talk about bourbon and a bunch of other stuff. But you know, we're on Spotify. I don't have Spotify, so we're also on YouTube." He's like, "Cool." So he pulled his phone out right there, looked us up on YouTube, and subscribed.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So we got a new listener. Welcome, friend.
Good deal.
And yeah, how can they find us on YouTube?
That would be the Headspace and Tasting.
And it's
podcast.
the ampersand, not the word and.
Not
it's
the word
symbol.
and. Right. Headspace and Tasting podcast. You can find our shows there. And you can like, subscribe, and comment. And I would, you know, we're looking for guests. And one of the things we decided after having Dave on and talk about his War on Terror experience, that we want to expand on that oral history for any veteran who served during the War on Terror. We would love to have you on.
Yeah.
And
In any capacity.
yeah, and tell us about your experience. We just want to have an oral history out there because there isn't much of it.
No.
About that period of time
I
from
need some enlisted men in here, man.
2001.
I'm in here all by myself. All these officers coming in.
Yeah. Gonna
Need
get
some
some
backup,
more.
boys.
Gonna get some more. I've already reached out to them.
Okay. Yep. Well, and that's coming up soon.
Yeah. And then so also on podcast through Spotify, the Headspace and Tasting podcast. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Or you can even email us your comments at showmemk@gmail.com. And if you'd like to donate a bourbon as a bribe to get onto the show,
Yeah.
we'll take it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for listening. And thank you for your comments, our number one listener. Keep them coming. And we'll see you later.
Peace out.